What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Steve and I'm a reseller. I find things at thrift stores and I resell them for profit online. So today's video we're going to take a look at jeans that I found at thrift stores and the Goodwill bins and sold on eBay, Poshmark, and Depop. Alright, so we're going to start with a pair of shorts. These are women's Miss Me. They are called the signature short and they are distressed. And I believe they are made that way because everyone I saw online is just like that, distressed and ripped. So I found these at the Goodwill bins. By weight, probably cost about $1, maybe slightly bit more. Sold for $34.75 plus $6 shipping on eBay, and these sold in 1 week. Okay, here's a pair of vintage Levi's at the Goodwill bins. Probably 4 out of 5 trips of going there, I leave there with vintage Levi's. Whether it's, 505s, the 501s, orange tabs, silver tabs. There's always vintage Levi's there, and I'm very lucky for that. So this is a pair of orange tab 505s, made in the USA. Those are always more desirable. Check the paper tag. These I found at the Goodwill bins, so about $2 by weight. Sold for $38.75 plus $8 shipping, and these sold in about a month. Okay, here's another pair of vintage Levi's. These are women's. These are 560 and like a white wash, size 11. They were a little bit distressed with some fraying around the ankles and the waistband. Don't be afraid of the frayed ankles, rips, tears, holes. People love that. So as long as it's a decent, desirable brand, the fraying and the distressing makes it a good seller. So I found these at the Goodwill bins, about $2 by weight. Sold again for $38.75 plus $8.50 shipping, and these sold in about 3 weeks. Okay, here's a great brand to look out for, Diesel. They sell good, they're very expensive new, and people buy them. So I found these at the Goodwill bins. This cut or style is called the Zatini, which is a men's boot cut. Paid about $2 by weight at the Goodwill bins. Sold for $38.75 plus $8.50 shipping, and these sold in about 2 months. Here's another pair of Diesel. These are the Safados. They're a slim straight cut for men's, button fly. Sold for $38.75. I must like that price, but I comp them and I go by the comp, so all of these seem to be at that same price. $38.75 and then plus $8.50 shipping is what I put on pretty much all my jeans, and I just put them in a padded flat rate envelope. These were found at the bins, so call it $2, and these sold in about 3 months. Now let's take a look at a few that sold on Poshmark. This brand I spoke about before, gave you kind of a bolo look for them. They are very expensive, brand new. Off the top of my head, I want to say they were like $300, maybe more. You can look at the Robbins Jean website and you'll see the prices that they sell. I think this is the second time I've sold them, and I still have one more pair left in inventory. So Robbins Jean, found these surprisingly at the Goodwill bins. Call it about $2 by weight, maybe $2.50 because these are kind of heavy. Full of embellishments. That's the style for Robbins. They have a lot of the beading, the rivets, all that stuff. Sold for $75 on Poshmark, and these took about 2 months to sell. Okay, here's another brand I find a lot of, Buffalo David Witten. There's a bunch of different style cuts, so always comp them. This was called The Game, which was like a distressed, had a few kind of like frayed tears on the thigh and the hips. Sold for $26, found these at the Goodwill bins, so call it a $2 buy cost, and these sold in about 1 month. Okay, here's a brand that I had found at the bins. I found 2 pairs at one time. First time I'd ever sold them, comped them. They were so-so, like in the mid-20s. So I picked them up to see how they would do. I don't know if this is the first, I think this is the first ones that I sold. Fly paper jeans, they're called. This was a boot cut. Sold them for 20 bucks on Poshmark. Not so bad, paid about $2. And these sold in about 1 month. Alright, now let's take a look at a few that sold on Depop. Okay, here we have another pair of vintage Levi's. These are from the 90s. These are silver tab, baggy. These are good to find. Had them listed for about 30. Someone sent me a message if I would take 25, and my motto was move them out. You know, at least it's a fair price. And to me, $25 is good when I paid about $2 at the bins. And these sold in about 2 weeks. Okay, another pair of vintage Levi's sold on Depop. These are the 536 in like a stonewash color. You can always tell the vintage Levi's. Most of them are going to have that lighter wash, either the stonewash, you know, real like a white faded look. Easy to spot. So these are 536. Found these also at the Goodwill bin, so about $2. Sold these for $25, and they sold in about 3 weeks. And here's a pair of vintage Bongo is the brand. Buttonfly jean shorts for women. Found these, you guessed it, at the Goodwill bins. So probably about $1.50 by weight. Sold for $18, and these sold in 1 week. Alright, so that's just a few different brands and styles to look for. Vintage Levi's are always a good source. There's different ones within, but if you can find them, you can make some decent money. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.